What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Too many men speculate in these spaces. Rom just brings the experience. Yeah. Daylight savings time. It's going to be a little different. We're going to go with some dark videos today. Shit, sun going to be rising and stuff as I'm driving. But I can't mess up my schedule. Maybe I can leave a loop. I don't know. I did some extra stuff at the gym today. But yeah, you know what though? I got to address this issue because, I get a lot of guys who will comment, and they'll comment like with some authority. Some of the idiots think, I said idiots, think they telling me something and everything. And I can tell it's speculation. Understand something. By training, I can listen to somebody or even read what they say by training and tell if they capping or they really don't know. They throwing some stuff out there. Because amazingly, you get some guys saying, nah, this is what you need to get one. This is what you need. But they never say, well, this is what I did to get women. It's never that. And you could tell just the way they do it is they ain't even going off of what somebody else say. It's like what their fantasy is. I talked about that last week. Too many men got romantic illusions about what happens. Let me give you a great example. And I've talked about this several times. The money piece, right? The money piece. Now, you get some guys. Now, I've said several times, you can get a woman without money. Yeah, it's good if you're in a long-term relationship, but even then, if you're in a long-term relationship with a woman, you married her, somebody said, well, you need money for that. No, you need money to, pay your rent or mortgage and all of that stuff. You ain't giving it to her directly. Shoot, in fact, a lot of women who are married complaining that their men ain't spending any money on them particularly, so... Once again, some I know from experience. Let me get into that later, just overall experience. But I'll give you a great example. Everybody want to say that, right? If you get money, you get these women. Well, answer me one simple-ass question. How is it people say that, men say that, but yet you got stories about teachers fucking some teenager? That teenager got money? I'm serious. Or that one story about that woman who should have been put in jail or punished one way or the other, at least, got pregnant by a 13-year-old. How much money that 13-year-old got? He can't legally work. It's just shit. Most he can do is maybe cut some grass or something in his neighborhood. Oh, yeah, she got with him. Yeah, he got that, grass cutting money, that allowance money. That influenced a 30-year-old woman to fuck a 13-year-old. Shit. Seriously, sit back and think about that. Ask yourselves that shit. Oh, and here's another one, too, right? Here's another one. Because you get, these guys saying, oh, yeah, you got to be high value. You got to get all this money and everything to get these women. Right? You have to have money. But then, why are so many men complaining about women fucking bums? Especially the pookies and whatever they are in other communities. Why seriously, they don't have money. But see, that's my whole point with it and shit. What's the real deal? But people throw out stuff like it's gospel and everything. And even when I talk body game, now some people say, well, that's just speculation. No, it ain't. It's experience. Like I said, I'm going to get into experience later. And if y'all can't see me, I know what my face look like. Anyway. They'll say, well, body game is no. Because they'll use something everybody always hit me up, well, I saw this guy, he was out of shape, he got a woman. Okay. I've said several times. Every single man can get a woman. And plus, you don't know the circumstances of why they are together. You don't know the circumstances. Could be she just like that. Because I always said body game really come down to what a woman like. Some women like different sizes. That's still body game. Because even when I talk about muscles and stuff, I'm talking from experience about the guys who get the most women, who constantly getting women. And let me get into that experience thing, because people will say, because I don't talk, see, understand something, I said this several times, and I've said this, you can put me under a lie detector, you could have a team of people who are trained in reading body language and everything, profilers, psychologists, whatever, and they'll know I'm telling the truth. And one of the main reasons, men who've been through the same thing. See, one of the things is I don't talk speculation. I don't speculate. Everything I've talked about, every single thing, I've either experienced personally. Every single thing about women, I've either experienced personally or was in a position to see it right up close and personal. Right up close and personal. Including some things I ain't going to share because people could take it the wrong way. I'll leave it like that. But about how a woman gets down. And about how the men especially will get the most women. See, my philosophy isn't based on just getting a woman. Like I said, anybody can get a woman. Anybody, I don't care who they are, anybody can get a woman. You got young men on the autism spectrum out here getting women, and you can't say what they do in this game. Now, can you get multiple women? That's the thing. Because since the 80s, I've always known players. I'm like straight players. Hell, from the family. Because my grandfather, I've said that before, I go over his house, he had so many different women. I just got used to saying the word ma'am. He had a bunch of women. He might have been a pimp. Notice I said I might, no disrespect to his memory, but I'm like, and he was definitely a numbers runner, but he had women. He had women. Hell, he was a teenage father back in the 1930s. So I'm like, shoot, because, first seeing paying attention, just growing up seeing what he did. Now, my uncle, rest his soul, as far as we know, he wasn't a player. Notice I said as far as we know. I'm just saying, as far as we know. But he did have a baddie. He did marry a baddie. That's why my cousins look so good. Seriously. That's why all my cousins in their 30s and stuff, like that whole side of the family. He had a baddie wife, 3 fine daughters, my cousins. That's why like beautiful women don't impress me. Beautiful women just somebody who mess up your comic book collection. So you got that. So I seen it, but I saw how he would just interact with people, his charisma and stuff. My step-grandfather, he had a mouthpiece. He chat up any woman. He chat him up. He wasn't trying to get with me, he was with my grandmother, but let's just say he flirted. But that started there, and then shoot. I saw who was getting what starting in high school. Not as much when I was like in the lower grades. Not as much. Can't say I saw much, or I didn't know what to look for. But starting in high school, and think about it, I was going to an old mill high school, so everybody there had to have some game going out. I remember, we used to use the term book to get a girl's number. If we got a girl's number or something, we used to use the term book. We booked them, put the number in our books and stuff. You had to have game, because as soon as we got out, that's the start of my game. But I knew who was more successful and who wasn't, And then college, postgraduate, going beyond. I never say exactly what my postgraduate is. I do that because I'm going to catch somebody. I want to really catch somebody to find out. And when I say catch somebody, I want somebody to be like, oh shit, I better not fuck with them. Anyway, right? Uh, so they were, but just seeing like what the dudes who were getting the women were doing and what the dudes who weren't getting the women. So we talking really going back to 1979, 1970s, really. See, shoot, in the neighborhood players. So it's like, it ain't speculation. Then you see it, and all of a sudden, when you start seeing the patterns, you just like, oh, this would have worked, this wouldn't. This the general rule, this could be a possible exception, but then after a while, you start saying, hold up, there's some commonality there. One of the reasons I promote body game, like the players, they always had, with the majority of them, always had a certain physicality. Always were like athletic or something like that, like getting multiple women. The ones who weren't usually looked like they could have played some, because I knew this one guy, he just wasn't into it, but he could have got into sports. Let's put it like that. He had the body build. So, I said, okay, body game. But then also the attitude and everything, how they treated it. And I'm going to tell you one of the biggest things. And this might fuck with what a lot of people say out here, but it always came down to who the women were choosing. Now, understand something. And that ain't speculation and stuff. See, a lot of guys will chase a woman down and try to get her to like him. That shit really don't work. The woman either like you or she don't. And it ain't even about you, because even if you approach, she making a choice right there. One of the most common things. I've never seen a woman, actually, I've seen some guys wear a woman down, but not a great many. Like a woman, it might be a singular woman and shit. But if you look at the guys who getting the women coming for them. Women chasing after them. If you take an honest look, they don't work that hard. They be sitting back chilling. Or they ain't working that hard. Let's put it like that. They ain't working that hard. And, somebody say, well, they look a certain way and all of that. It depends on the woman. Because I've known some women chase down some dudes that they said it wasn't all that. But what they all had in common, though, the biggest thing they all had in common, and once again, this is from life experience, the women wanted to fuck them, so something about them turned the woman on. And see, what I say is, okay, this is the biggest commonalities I saw in the guys that turned the women on. One of the main things was body game. And, just have a good physique and everything. Also, they had some charisma. They were generally cool. In fact, when I think about it, all the players I've known, I've never known, I can't think of one I could call an asshole, like they were just some straight asshole. They weren't cool. Now, you get some guys outside try to say, oh, they bad boys of this, but shit. Personally, knowing some so-called bad boys, they actually cool peoples, really. They actually cool peoples. And let me say something real quick, because sometimes, every now and then, somebody say, well, it's people. Man, shut the fuck up. I'm going to hit some slang in here sometime, and that's how we say it. They cool peoples. Good people and everything. Cool, talk to and everything. Seriously, that's one of the main things, so I talk about that. Once again, not speculation, experience. Because that's why I tell guys, go out here and just get out. That's the only way you're going to really learn. Because I constantly get guys who ask me, well, what can I do? I say, hold up. If there was some magic formula, some magic pill, you just do this and you get women, everybody would do it and there wouldn't be any problems. Because ultimately, the only thing I can say is, look, first of all, get your best physique. That turns on a woman sexually. She got to want to see you naked. I mean, you can't get past that part if you trying to have sex with her. Because if you want to break down what my experience is, I know who the fuck got pussy. I know how I got pussy. And I know the guys who got multiple women. Like you sitting there watching, you know them. you know? And not just getting it, but also being the side men. I've known too many. And all of a sudden, when they start, over the years, they start saying the same thing, having the same interactions. You're like, oh, okay. This is a general thing. This is a general thing. Because like I said, there's still no magic pills. But if you do some of the general things, what I share, the most public is a body game, but there's still more. It's still a mindset. I'm going to get into the mindset thing in a second. You'll get more. You get better options. Because like I said, everybody can get a woman, but a phenomenon that happens out here, you get a lot of guys, they'll get one woman, one good relationship. And then when they break up, they might go 10 years before finding another. Or really, you get some guys that's unfortunate, they might go the rest of their lives without having a serious woman. Like anything, any options, anything. I'm just telling you how to increase your options. So instead of getting, just getting that 1 out of 100, shit, you can get 30 out of 100, 40, shit. You're really good, you get 80 out of 100. Yeah, you can get to that level. And not based on, I'm going to tell you what, too, is not actually based on what a lot of guys promote, just the outer thing. Because let's talk about the mindset. If you really look at what I teach outside of what I give away for free, because I give basics away for free. I'll talk about charisma. Look it up. I'll talk about masculinity. Look it up. Definitely talk about body game, but a lot of stuff, and that touches on mindset. And then what I do outside of this, I'll get more specific, but everything I'm talking is about mindset. Even body game, you gotta have a certain mindset to get your ass up and go to the gym. That starts in the mind. Before you touch your weights, you gotta have a mindset of just building your body to its best. That starts here. Everything starts here. For the hermetics out there, everything is mental. So you gotta start with that. But see, a lot of guys, they looking for some quick thing. And they ain't dealing with their bodies, first of all, which actually affects your mindset. That actually affects it. Let me hit on that just real quick. Body game actually touches your mindset. Because right now I'm feeling good. Yeah, I ain't seen me when I first, I would never do a video driving to the gym. Especially in the morning, y'all definitely couldn't see me then, but it'd be too dark. But I'd be like, and I go in, see the young lady at the desk, and I'd be like, yeah, about to get my morning coffee. And that's all it is. Then afterwards, I get fired up and everything. But that's my mindset. Now I can go home, I can record videos. Got to record all my Rom TV videos today. Check out Rom TV. I go deeper into a lot of subjects. But all of it's to change your mind. Seriously. I'm going to tell you what. If someone let me start with body game again. What do you get out of hitting the gym? Yeah, you get the aesthetics and everything, but you know what you get? If you go into the gym, you get a regular gym schedule. What's that? It's called discipline. It's called discipline. So you developing discipline to develop a routine. Because trust me, there's some days I don't feel like going. And then, you developing willpower to push your body. You got to push your body to complete sets. To break that sweat. You got to push your body to say, okay, I'm going to be on this treadmill for 20 minutes. Or I'm going to lift, I'm going to put up this 225. That's willpower. And see, you transfer that willpower to other places in your life. It actually, the body game, just practicing it and practicing some physical discipline actually brings out your manhood. Actually brings out your manhood. While I was at the gym, where the treadmills are, I can look out on the basketball court at this particular gym. There was a father, and let me be clear, a black father, showing his young son. His son he looked under 10. He could shoot the basketball though. He was putting him through some basketball drills. But that's a discipline. He kept doing the same shot over and over, same move over and over. Then they switch up. But that's discipline. That actually brings out your manhood. One of the things that really will get women is just being a man out here. Being that man. And not a biological male, but being a man. So that actually brings that out. Body game actually brings that out. Some guys be saying, how can I bring out my masculinity? Hit the gym. Hit the gym. Because actually working out increases your testosterone, brings out your energy. So, I mean, you're doing that, shit. You know, but it's your mindset. And like I said, I know all this shit. I've been out here a while. Y'all. You know? And, you know, people, some guys will talk about, these modern women and stuff. Y'all didn't live back in the day. Okay? Y'all know, get off that. That's another fantasy. I haven't seen a difference in women other than that they're thirstier. Seriously, I haven't seen a difference. They actually thirstier. I'm like, well, damn, it should be easy as hell for y'all. Seriously. I ain't never seen them this damn pressed. But y'all think it is a bad thing and stuff. Like, y'all need to get out of it. They showing out, they being honest. All you have to do is shit. All you have to do is be a man about it. But like I said, I know from experience. Because even to this day, you know, every encounter with a woman, I'm getting something from it. It's not even just talking about sex or something, just learning from it. Just learning. And then I pass on what I learned to everybody else. Like, I pass that on to my sons. I still don't really give them that much game, but I don't. I really don't. But something pop up, then I can say, okay, this is what happens. This is what you need to do. You know, experience. But see, too many guys speculating. They don't really know. They might think, and they assume, and if you ask them, okay, what's this based on? Well, I saw this video, or I read this thing. Okay, but what you experienced directly? And what you experienced directly? What you witnessed? What you experienced directly? What you eyewitnessed? Like, you standing right there. Like, you know how this couple was getting down. Like, you seen the couple. You seen them interact with each other. Like I said, if I see a couple together, I can tell how much they fucking. Because I know from experience, I was like, okay, they can't keep their hands off each other. Okay. They walking like they brother and sister. See, that's another thing, too. If you see some couples out, like a lot of guys, when I talk body game, say, well, I saw this guy, and, you know, he went all this. Did you read their body language? Because it might not be her man, or it could be just a random date. You don't know. You don't know. It might not be a sexual relationship. There's so many factors. What's their body language when they are together? I know that from experience, you know? Shit, even if they try, even sometimes you can even tell if they in the same room or something. And like, I've seen a couple times, there's been a couple times be at a gathering of several people, and then you get, you can just watch a man on one side, a woman on one side, but you sit back and it's like, damn, they just can't keep their eyes off each other. You know something is up. You know, like I said, you know it from experience. You know it from experience. You know, I don't speculate on anything. And I'm going to tell you what. And shit. I published my book, Nice Guys and Players, in the version now in 2000. I had a version before that was specifically for the black community. And it was called Nice Guys and Players, Becoming a Man Black Women Want, right? And it's an interesting story why I changed it, because I said, okay, I had a limited run of that. I said, okay, I got to do it better, you know, did the cover. I was going to keep everything the same. I never forget, I was at a cookout with mostly white and Asian women. And they repeated everything sisters would say word for word. If I had a transcript of it and saw it, I would think it. That's why I say sometimes some guys be like in the black community be thinking, oh, if I get this woman another race, they say the same thing. They say the same thing. And indeed, when my book first came out, 70% of the guys who were buying the books were non-black. But my point is, I knew from experience, I knew from talking. And then I'm getting, even to this day, I'm getting feedback from men all over the planet. I mean, I got guys in India, they telling me some stuff, guys from South Africa, not just black ones, but I never forget a conversation. He might even still be watching this. This young man who was an Afrikaner. And we actually joked a bit about it. He said, you know, back in the 80s, we wouldn't have had this conversation. You know, some guys from Eastern Europe, you know, they saying some stuff, South America. So, you know, I'm getting perspectives from the women. And at the end of the day, let me just say that a lot of guys thinking, well, I'll get a better woman here, I get a better woman there. They be running game too. Or else my books wouldn't sell. Seriously, even every month when I check my Amazon sales, I got to break out a currency converter. Every month, every single month, I got to break out a currency converter. Figure out how much I'm getting from shit all over. Mexico, Brazil, Japan, India. Always India. Come on now. You know, the European nations. Only reason I probably don't is, you know what's interesting? I don't get the Amazon stuff from Africa because I don't think Amazon is there. If they are, let me know. I don't see, well, let's put it like this. I don't see any, anything suggesting it there. But for what I know, I got a whole crew of guys down in South Africa. So, you know, and the thing is, I'm getting feedback from them too. Because I'm out here, you know, I'm out here. It's not speculate. I'm talking to people. You know, whenever I'm talking, and I'll just talk. Anybody who know me, people who see me in person, I'll just say, hey, how's it going with it? And shoot, I talk to a bunch of women too. Because trust me, I can have a conversation with a woman and I know if she capping or not. See, and shit, that's a whole other conversation, man. You talk to the women, and that wasn't even any like professional training on that. You know, I spent the early part of my life in Southeast D.C. If you're in some neighborhoods like that, and I talked about that on one of my Patreons, I said, shoot, you gotta be able to see through people. Your life's in danger if you read somebody wrong. Your life's in danger. So I be reading the people very well. And so you learn. I don't speculate. And I'm saying that, man, because too often, a lot of guys who they'll start talking among each other, and one who knows a little bit, and they even know, I ain't even say think a little bit, they'll say it with authority or something, like they got some authority, somebody will listen, you know? Like, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it out there. I've lost count of how many guys have came back to me and said Red Pill messed up their game. All the stuff talked online messed up their game. It's too much. They say they were doing all right with women, then all of a sudden weren't doing anything. Then when they left it alone, they started doing all right again. And that's coming back to me. They coming back to me saying that. I ain't saying that. Because like I said, consultations, I just talk with people. Shoot. They be getting it all. And that's speculation. And like I said, anybody who doubt that, well, if you got a friend who's a psychologist, show them my videos. Tell them to read my body language. Seriously. Because ultimately what I'm doing out here is that, you know, just really trying to help. Just really trying to help. Because I'm going to tell you what, that relationship thing, man, and I'll just say, there's some stuff, like I said, I got a life outside of this, and I'm familiar with the situation, and it's about the relationships. I'm like, damn. Like a serious situation. It's like, I'll just say with some young people. And I was like, ain't that some shit? I was like, hold up. Like, that's some serious stuff. So I'm like, all right, I got it. I keep wanting just to move on from talking about it, but it's too important. People dying behind it, literally, either dying, people getting killed behind it, or people killing themselves behind it. Seriously, too many people messed up, and it'll come down to relationships. So whatever I can do to help prevent that, boom. So anyway, though, that's all I have for right now. Well, you already got one video. It's rare I do 3 in a day. Something serious gotta happen. So anyway, y'all have a good day, but just remember, you know, when I'm learning, when I'm sharing, just apply it. That's all I'm asking. Just apply it. Go out and try it. Just apply it and just look around. And then ultimately, and if it don't work for you, hey, come back and let me know. Which I haven't had in, because I started to talk about it. I haven't had somebody since my first book, first version, going back. I think the very first version I wrote for anything like this was Nice Guy's Guide to Meeting Attractive Women. That was back in 97. I haven't had anybody from 97 to now. I haven't had anybody, not one person, not even who actually applied the information. Now, I've had some people that didn't think it would work. I say, did you apply? Who applied the information will come back and say, you know what, this doesn't work. And that not based on what they think or anything like that. Say, did you personally do everything I said? Like, you read my books. Like, and if you said you read my book, even just one of my books, Nice Guys and Players, okay, what part did you apply and what happened? I haven't had anybody do that yet. That surprised me. Seriously, I thought somebody would, because at the end of the day, it's my philosophy. But I'm like, damn. So anyway, though, that's all I have for now, y'all. I'll get back with y'all.